a perpetual like let me make sure this. You know what I mean?
Oh no! With this, I remember the other thing. That was something a little different. With this specific thing, it's every time we go live for anything, it
Mhm.
also records the VOD. But
Yeah.
I use the VOD as the YouTube thing. So like
Mhm.
I usually upload and then delete.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't remember to delete if we like play Fortnite after the podcast because that video
Mhm.
also gets saved, and that could potentially be like a 3 hour
Yeah. Yep.
large
Hold
gigabyte
on
file.
1 second.
All right, Mike's gonna go do that. That's great. We'll just welcome everybody to the Pass the Controller podcast, the show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, and sometimes we have milestones. And tonight is one of those. This is episode 400 of the show, which still doesn't really compute in my head that we've done 400 of these things. But we got a great show for you this evening. We're going to chat about our favorite things of 2023. But before we get into that, joining me tonight, as always, I'm your host, Brendan Groom. And joining me is the anime senpai himself, Mr. Michael Desir. Mike, how are you tonight?
I got nothing. Go
Okay,
on.
okay. Also joining us, of course, is the Fortnite father himself, Todd Gary. Todd, how are you doing?
I'm reprimanding Liam for bringing his Kindle out here while we're in mid thing. It's like full blast. I'm like, bro, turn your
Yeah.
Kindle off and grab your water.
Kindle it up.
I'm here.
Rounding us out, of course, is the Disney daddy himself, Dominic
The
Forty.
Pop-Tart Poppy. Let's go.
Oh, wow, the Pop-Tart Poppy. How are you doing tonight, Dom?
I'm doing well.
I'm glad to hear it.
I watched a human Pop-Tart eaten alive today. So
I mean, it was a human-sized Pop-Tart.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know where that sentence was going at first.
human Pop-Tart eaten alive.
I still don't understand what the point of that was.
Marketing.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts.
I mean, yeah, but
You're just not smart enough. You just don't get
I mean,
it.
that's also true. I missed the point.
You just don't get it. They cooked a human Pop-Tart alive and then they ate him. What don't you get?
It was a dream come true.
It was a dream come true until he felt that heat, and then he was like, "Oh shit!"
It's like, oh no, this is a mistake. You couldn't hear it over the cheers.
This is a silly time. Bunch of silly guys up in the mix. We got a great show for you tonight. As I said, we're going to talk about the best things of 2023, the Pass the Controller Awards. I don't have a clever name for it. Mike, is there a clever name for the Pass the Controller Awards?
Probably, but I'm not going to come up with it now.
Okay. You get the next hour to figure that out, Mike.
I won't.
Okay. But before we get into that, a couple of quick housekeeping things. Yes, this is the end of the month. No, it is not the PTC Movie Club episode. I apologize. We've made that. I don't want to say we've made it clear, but we've mentioned it on previous episodes this month. So if you were hoping that this was going to be the PTC Movie Club for December, Mike's pick, Asteroid City, that is not going to be tonight. That is going to be probably next week, if not the latest, the second week of January. But it will probably be next week. So you can look forward to that, and that will bring along with it changes to the PTC Movie Club. I believe to mix things up, we're going to re-roll the rotation in January. So whenever we do the PTC Movie Club for December, whenever we do Asteroid City, we're going to re-roll the order of who's picking for what. So that way we're not all always picking the same months, since there's 4 of us, and that breaks out to being the same months every year. So, there's potentially you might get a back-to-back, Mike. You might be the January guy.
Oh shit!
Cool.
So, well, you can look forward to that whenever we do that. I think that'll do it for housekeeping. There's not really much else housekeeping besides this episode, of course, sponsored by our friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area or the North Shore, Massachusetts, on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening, you want yourself something hot, sweet, tasty, fresh out of the oven. You can head on down to 1 Washington Square and get yourself a delicious fatty. And if you're unaware of what a fatty is, you can check them out on social media at Goodnight Fatty and at Good Morning Chubby and educate yourself on these tasty, tasty treats. But without further ado, I think we should just hop right into it. I tried to make this in a flow that made sense to me, so we'll just go through the order of how I had sent it to you guys. So we're gonna talk about our favorite things of the year, and obviously we can't play everything, we can't watch everything, we can't listen to everything. So if we don't say Baldur's Gate 3, if we don't say other game you played that you think we're idiots and wrong, I don't really care.
But let's be honest, Baldur's Gate probably is going to clean sweep this entire thing.
Yeah,
for
I
all
mean,
of us.
obviously.
Yeah.
So
I'm clicking for me.
without further ado, we'll hop into the first category, which is, and the way we're going to do this, and the way we've done previous awards for Past Controller, I guess up the top, we're all going to give our pick, and if we have some sort of through lines, a majority will become the Past the Controller pick. But if there isn't that, then we just got our segmented picks. So for favorite movie of 2023, who wants to go first?
Todd,
Hey, Mike.
hey,
Hey, Mike.
Todd, I want to go first.
Mike, let's hear it.
Todd,
Mission Impossible 3?
Mike probably watched the most movies this year.
Mike's a big movie guy.
it's
Mike
true.
Mike went to the movies like 3-4 times a month this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's true, which is
I was
why
going strong at the beginning of the year.
I know.
I straight up forgot that John Wick 4 was this year. I could have sworn it was like
Still
a late
haven't
last
watched
year
it.
thing.
I still gotta watch
And-
J-Dub 4.
Someone was doing their top of this like top movies this year, and John Wick was number one. I was like, oh shit, that was this year. So I'm still not. I'm noodling around because John Wick 4 was pretty good. Mutant Mayhem was also a really fun animated film. So was Across the Spider-Verse. I feel like,
I don't
and
know.
also
what,
the
what was the second movie you said?
Across the
Mutant
Spider-Verse?
No, you said Mutant Mayhem.
Mutant Mayhem, yeah. Teenage Mutant
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. And also I really liked the creator. I don't think anyone's really going to bat for that film, but I did enjoy that film.
I do mean to watch that.
It's on Hulu now.
Hulu? Yeah, I saw that.
So a little inside baseball, a little spoiler for towards the end of the show. One of the categories is, or one of the things that we'll do, even if we don't fully finish it properly here, we'll do it after the fact. But is going to just be a blanket like, here are Mike's top 10 things, and then they can be across mediums. If you want to make it the same medium, you can. So like, the creator could find itself in there, Mike. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily, but I'm not saying don't pick the creator here. I'm just saying you do have that window at the bottom to be like, these are my things.
But I think, and it might be recency bias, I think I might just give it to Godzilla -1.
My guy, I was getting concerned when you didn't mention it.
Definitely
I knew what I was
recency
doing.
bias.
So you're gonna put it on Godzilla -1, you think?
Yeah, I'll give it to that.
Okay. What about you, Todd?
Probably the 4 movies that stood out to me were Across the Spider-Verse, Mutant Mayhem, again, Oppenheimer, and I was a little hard on this after seeing it in the theater, but I've watched it like 7 times since then, is Evil Dead Rise.
Do you have a top pick out of those or no?
I don't know, man. I mean, out of all those, it's probably Across the Spider-Verse or Mutant Mayhem, and I don't know if I can pick between those two. It's really fucking tough.
No J-Dub 4 for you, huh? You're a big J-Dub guy and no J-Dub 4?
I very much enjoyed John Wick 4. I think, and this is going to sound so stupid, that the back half gets a little too ridiculous, even though John Wick is ridiculous. Like, there's just some things at the end I was like, all right, I don't know. But, like, it's still a great movie. It's probably, like, the first hour of that movie is fucking top notch. And the back half's good, too, but probably, like, my third favorite out of all of them.
It's crazy how many movies came out this year where you can say the first hour blank and then the rest of the movie is more than an hour. It's not like the first hour blank and the second hour
Yeah, that's the
blank.
thing. Like, and like
It's like
Oppenheimer was 3 hours. Fucking, I wish I saw what's it called? Killers of the Flower
Kills the
Moon, but
Flower
that's like
Moon.
3.5 hour long movie. It's like, what are we doing here? It's
So where I'm gonna put you down as Spider-Man Mutant Mayhem tie. That's where you're sitting.
do you need like a definitive?
I mean, that's
I'll probably
kind of how
across the
this
Spider
works, but I mean, it is what
across
it
the
is. We're just doing our own thing.
I'm gonna nudge across the Spider Verse into the number one.
Okay. Okay.
Mutant Mayhem very close behind it.
Damn, Seth Rogen crying right now.
Soundtrack so good to Mutant Mayhem.
What about you, Dom? Best movie of 2023.
I, to be fair, did not watch as many movies as I was hoping to this year.
Mm-hmm.
So my pick is pretty easily Across the Spider-Verse because I did not watch Mutant Mayhem. I did not watch Oppenheimer. I did not watch John Wick 4.
Wait,
So
you didn't watch
these are all
John Wick 4
movies.
either?
These are all movies
shit.
that I will have to watch at the beginning of next year.
Sounds like a pick is on the
On the
horizon.
pick. Yeah, right.
And that'll bring it to me. And I mean, no surprise, I don't watch a lot of movies. And it's really can only be probably between three things out of the things I've watched this year, and that is Barbie. I really enjoyed Barbie. I think Barbie's a fucking fantastic movie. Super funny. Has a lot of heart underneath there. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot to like about that film. I like it a lot. The Mario movie, which I'm fine with people saying it's not a good movie.
No, it's great.
It's just for me. It's like I'm fucking Mr. Nintendo, and like I love Mario, and it was probably one of the better things that we could have gotten from a Mario movie.
100%. And movies need to be fucking. It's a perfect example of not fucking overly long. Doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah.
Never feels boring. And like I get like some of the reviews, but at the same time, this is like geared towards kids. That's exactly it hits all the notes you want for like bringing a kid to the movie theater, and it's great for adults with all the nostalgia. So
yeah, it was a good time. I really enjoyed myself with it. But I think the clear favorite film of this year that I've watched, and look at me not even mentioning a Marvel movie. Look at that.
Honestly, I was sitting here. I'm like, all right,
good ones,
Brenden definitely told me that he liked the Marvels more than he liked, or you didn't like Guardians 3 as much as anyone else. I'm like, all right, so it leaves Quantumania or the Marvels. Which is he gonna pick?
He puts either one of those as his pick.
Well, there's a clear answer and there's a clear winner, and it's absolutely gonna solidify that we have a PTC pick here, which is Across the Spider-Verse, because that movie, I mean, you can't really touch that movie in my opinion. Like, I haven't watched Mutant Mayhem, and I'm planning to. I haven't watched Godzilla -1, and I do plan to watch that at some point. And I do plan to watch J-Dub 4. I think
what's Oppenheimer?
And you
I
don't really think I'd like Oppenheimer, to be honest.
You might. It's actually really interesting. Like the whole story behind what happens after he creates it and everything is like really good.
I don't know. I read some opinion thing on like, oh, there were two World War II movies this year, and Godzilla -1 is by far like the good movie of those two films.
I feel like that's just something someone says to get engagement.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. But regardless, Oppenheimer is long. I don't know if that's my jam. I mean, if it's on a streaming service, is it on a streaming service?
It goes that quick. I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean,
Not
I
yet,
might,
I don't think.
when it hits a streaming service, I might pop it on and just take a peek. But it's probably not going to be a thing. Spider-Verse, though, fantastic, amazing soundtrack, animation, obviously incredible, and it had some good story beats. There were definitely moments that like I got teary-eyed in that movie. Like, that was a good film. Like, I need to watch that movie again soon because I really enjoyed it. So I think that'll be a lock then. For a PTC favorite movie is 2023's Spider-Verse. Now, hopping into the next category, being favorite PTC movie club movie of 2023.
That's so easy.
I'll run through the list in order of the months in case anyone needs a refresher. We have Willow, Creep, Peanut Butter Falcon, A Scanner Darkly, Manchester by the Sea, Blackberry, Arrival, La La Land, Fantastic Mr. Fox, The Witch, John Carpenter's They Live, and Asteroid City.
I'm gonna have to go with Asteroid City. No, I still haven't watched.
Well,
Neither have
it's funny because Asteroid City and Blackberry are also 2023 movies. So if anyone picks that here, you're fucking it should have been mentioned in the last category too.
My own personal preference is
that's what this is. This isn't like someone else's.
Well, no. Well, I was gonna say like I mean, I love Arrival, and I also really like Fantastic Mr. Fox. But I gotta say, like watching a new movie that I'd never seen before, I think I gotta give it to Blackberry. I fucking was in on that movie from the get go. You know, like it was. And I still think about it, and I tell Amanda how I want to like watch it with her. It's not like I like Arrival more, but I think out of all the movies we saw this year, I thought Blackberry was the one that like fucking had me from like the start.
It's funny you say that because I won't go yet, but Blackberry, when I was looking at movies that came out this year, I was like, that's a fucking really good movie. Like I liked that movie a lot, and I feel like do you think that movie's gonna get award consideration? I feel like it should, at least for fucking
like best original screenplay or something,
or even just Always Sunny guy.
No, they already did they did the Emmys or the Golden Globes, and I don't think it was anywhere near those.
Glenn Howerton, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
I thought he was fucking fantastic. I thought the cast in general was very good, but Glenn Howerton was like a menace on the screen.
Yeah, he's like the backbone of that film.
Get around his back.
What about you, Dom? Best PTC Movie Club movie this year?
I also picked Blackberry.
Okay. Mike?
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
I saw you send that list of categories, and I saw that second category. Favorite PTC Movie Club. I'm like, Brenden knows that none of us knows what movies came. Like every single time, we don't know what movies came out.
I can read them again. I can read them again.
No.
Okay.
I'm that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that as a preface, saying like you send me that, knowing that we never know what the hell's what's going on because we're not organized at all. That being said, I looked at it, I'm like, I know Blackberry was my favorite movie this year that we did. It's like the one movie that I can actually remember recommending it to other people.
Oh shit!
I don't typically recommend things to people, but I was like, oh, Blackberry was pretty good. You should watch Blackberry.
Fucking Dommy picks.
Well, I don't know. I didn't lock in Blackberry.
Yeah, but
I just want to say I still love La La Land more, but Blackberry.
So here's the thing. Now, for some of you, like Todd said, like Arrival was his pick. He's watched that movie before, so he wanted to give it to something else. For me, I'm pretty sure all of these movies I've never seen before, and I think that's
because you don't watch movies.
That's usually mostly the case every year. And I will say, now that we're at the end of the year, and you know, there's been time to reflect, and I've been reflecting on these categories today. I liked Willow. It's not my favorite. Oddly enough, I had a fucking nightmare about Creep the other day, so fuck that movie. Peanut Butter Falcon is probably towards the bottom of these for me. I didn't really like that movie that much. A Scanner Darkly, I don't remember if I liked it or not, to be honest.
Probably bad sign.
Like, I remember the movie. Yeah. I just don't remember what my opinion of was it back in April. Manchester by the Sea, real fucking good. I really like that movie.
It's real fucking good, but it's like I'll never watch it. You know, like it's
yeah,
like one of those movies
I probably will never watch that again.
Right.
Blackberry though, it's real good. Arrival is okay, and I fucking hate to say it, I really do. I really like La La Land. Like, I fucking really like that movie to the point where I will play the soundtrack sometimes, or I'll just like, I'll be doing something in the house, or we'll be out running errands or something, and I'll just go City of Stars, and Jen will be like,
the score is really good.
Jen will get so mad at me because she hates that movie.
It's so weird.
Fantastic Mr. Fox also really good.
So good.
The Witch was also really fucking good. Yeah. Like, and I don't like that kind of movie, but it was fucking good. And They Live was also great. And I'm gonna table thoughts on Asteroid City until we talk about that movie in depth. So I think we're gonna just give it the clean sweep. I think it's Blackberry.
I think so.
It's the clean
I think
sweep.
we were all pretty high. That was probably like the most positive we've come into a movie episode too, where we were just like, it was
I'll
fucking
make sure
great.
nobody picks my movie for favorite movie next year.
Yeah. You see what happens when Dom, like, he's not just doing a bit.
I just want to make sure everyone knows that I can like pick good movies. Now I'm gonna go back to my normal.
Go back to your other thing.
right.
We've had some fun. Now let's do what I want to do.
I'm gonna throw a curveball in the mix here because I feel like it kind of makes sense for us to do this. So I don't know how easy and breezy we're gonna be off the cuff with this one, but I'm gonna add in favorite Marvel thing of 2023. So it can be anything Marvel that came out this year.
You'll get nothing.
I still haven't watched What If.
I didn't watch What If either.
I've seen a lot of people saying What If
episodes.
is really good though this new season.
Yeah, I really should. So are we? So Across the Spider-Verse does not count. I'm assuming.
Yes.
We're doing
No,
strict
it's
MCU.
all Marvel, anything Marvel.
All right, then I guess.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
this is a
it.
dumb
Yeah,
category because
that's-
that is it. I didn't even think about
right.
that. Do we want? No.
It
that's-
would be Guardians if it wasn't that, to be honest with you.
all right, best
I'm trying to think about-
best Marvel thing that is not Spider-Verse.
What is runner-up?
Might be Spider-Man 2.
Okay. Did you?
Oh,
play it
that's
already?
true. I forgot about the game.
Did you beat it?
Oh, yeah, I'll
Oh,
agree with Dom on that.
Did
Actually,
I know that you beat that? I don't even know.
100%.
I feel like it was a
talked
very
about it on the
quick game.
podcast?
I think they mentioned that it's a very quick game to
Yeah, I
beat.
don't know. I feel like me and Todd did talk about it on the podcast.
Okay, maybe. Did you also beat it, Todd?
Yeah.
I don't know where
I'm at-
I've been. I've been on a
I'm
fucking
at-
different planet.
Dom, 100% of that. I'm at like 96%.
Oh,
Like,
okay. I know that Dom and I have talked about it off the podcast at least because I do remember Dom talking about almost 100%.
Every single time Todd and Dom were talking about it, Brian was just sitting there going, "City of Stars."
No, Mike, you have to go. City of Stars.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 2 for Spider-Man 2. Mike, where you at here?
I'm trying to think about what the Marvel shows were. What did we have this
Loki.
year? Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion, yeah. There was the third one though, right? Wasn't there a show
What
earlier
if?
in the year?
What
No.
if?
So you got
Yeah.
you got Quantumania, Marvel's Guardians, and then those 3 shows, and then I mean I don't follow the comics, so if you wanted to pull a comic out of your ass right now,
I'll give it to Guardians then, just because.
Okay.
You know.
was there another Marvel game this year? I don't think so, right?
I don't know. Todd, you could have picked Marvel Snap.
that's true. I mean, I'm still actively playing that, but I mean, I'll give it to Spider-Man just because I did enjoy Spider-Man quite a bit. Spider-Man 2.
I haven't played Spider-Man 2. I'm just gonna basically go off of the movies and shows probably.
Just say Loki season 2. Call it a day.
It's either Loki or the Marvels. I'm gonna give it to the Marvels.
Okay.
Loki season 2 is pretty good though. I don't know how they're gonna go forward past that now, but that's irrelevant. That's a different conversation. That's a different podcast. Next up is favorite album of 2023. I can take this one off the top then if people need to think about it some more. I going through realized, I didn't listen to a lot of music that came out this year. I
Same.
listened to a lot of other stuff.
Agreed.
Or like found artists or things that I was not aware of before that, and listened to music that didn't come out this year. Regardless, I think it would probably come down to me between two. Oh, fuck, that album was this year. Damn. Okay, I'll give that an honorable mention because I actually really did like the Fall Out Boy album. It was very good. But that's not what my favorite is. I also liked Magic 2, which is the Nas album that came out this year. It has some really good songs on it. Big fan of that album. But by far, what has gone from an artist I have never heard of to I listen to this album every day since it came out is Stick Season from Noah Khan.
Dom is perplexed.
Did it not come out this year?
I'm pretty sure it came out a few years ago. It came out last year.
Apple Music says this year.
October 14th, 2022.
What the fuck?
It says 2023 on my.
Yeah,
I'm
it says it
looking on that.
2023 on Apple Music. That's why I thought.
It was released October 14th, 2022 by Mercury Records.
Oh, okay. Wikipedia says an
The
expanded edition.
expanded edition. The one with the Post Malone song.
Oh, the version that I'm listening to does not have a Post Malone song on here.
All right, I guess Fall Out Boy now takes the top spot.
Who's Noah Khan? Is he like someone from another band, or is he just his own thing?
I think he's his own thing.
He is a guy from Vermont.
Oh shit!
That I don't know.
Sold.
This album really fucking resonates with me. I'm still gonna put it as my favorite album of the year. I mean, it's
fine. It's not from this year, but I have no problem with it. I really enjoy the album.
It's a really good album. I mean, I guess that is by far the album that I don't know. Whatever. Magic 2, I guess then. Nas has some bangers on it. Mike?
I'll be honest, when you sent that and I looked at the name, I was like, I don't think I listened to any albums this year. Like I remember specifically when that Andre 3000 album came out, I was like, oh, I should listen to that. Everyone was talking about him playing the flute. I never got around to it. I haven't heard a single track off that album. That's the one thing I can think of that came out this year. And I didn't listen to it, but I meant to listen to it. So I have absolutely nothing.
Okay, that's fair. That is what it is. Todd, you got something?
I'm gonna probably say Guts, Olivia Rodrigo, but close runner-up is Old Gods of Asgard's album that they put out. It's fucking. I've been listening to it a lot. I love it.
I didn't know they released an album for it.
Yeah, neither did I.
What's the actual band's name?
Technically, it's Old Gods of Asgard, I believe it's called, the band. It technically has like...
That's the band from the game. They have
it's a greatest hits album. It has like Control. That's the song from Control on it. It's got Take Control.
I'm surprised that Todd didn't pick 1989 Taylor's version. I'm surprised that didn't make the top spot.
Already a good album. I don't need to fucking, I'll listen to her version moving forward, but fucking gonna support Taylor. But Guts was a fucking, that was my number one on everything.
I was surprised that you didn't bring it up for best movie of the year.
Eras?
Oh yeah, right.
Wait, did you see it, Todd?
No. Imagine me in the theater, like just fucking dancing,
trading friendship bracelets. He's like,
yeah, right.
So Mike's got nothing. Dom, you also going Guts, or you get something else?
We're making Guts the PTC album of the year. Okay. It's the only album from this year that I listened to.
There wasn't a lot of new music,
most of the stuff that I listen to is older stuff.
Like there's another album, Miniature Tigers, that came out this year, but like fucking, that's like the only 3 albums I've even listened to this year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll change mine to something that came out this year.
Let's go.
No, I'll change it to, because I listened to this album a lot too. Alan Wake 2 chapter songs. I'll change mine to that. Even though, again, that Stick Season album gets heavy rotation in my daily life. Did no one else listen to the Fall Out Boy album?
Mm-mm.
I did not.
It's pretty good.
Or the Paramore album.
Oh yeah, Mike, Paramore was this year. You
I don't know if I listened to it.
This is
if I did, I don't remember any of the songs. Let me look.
Fuck, the Paramore album actually has some bangers. I might have to change. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Guts is gonna win because it's a 2-1-1. But yes, the Paramore album is also really good.
I think hold on. What was the name of the album this year?
This is
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a banger.
Oh, I did listen to the album, but I don't I forgot. I don't remember anything from it. I can give it to that album simply because I know I did listen to it. So it wins by default, which is
there you go.
That's a thing.
This is why. Also, I kept saying Magic 2. The Nas album is Magic 3. So I don't know. Oh, I guess I do have a real answer because I don't know. The Alan Wake thing isn't really an album. It's like an EP from the game. The the soundtrack to Spider-Verse 2, the Metro Boomin soundtrack to that movie is really good.
I heard the music was bad. I don't remember any music from that movie. I don't think I've never really listened to it.
I mean, there are a few songs off of this album. I don't know if they all play in the movie, but Annihilate is really good, and My Dream is really good. Danger is okay. Self Love is really good. That plays I think when Gwen is leaving her family. I don't know. There's that movie has good music in it. But I definitely think at least Mike and Dom, you need to listen to that Fall Out Boy album. You've probably heard the single off of it, Love from the Other Side. There's a music video for it.
Yeah.
I'm probably.
Oh, it's pretty good. And then I think there was another Blink-182 had an album. I don't really give a fucking Blink-182.
Where are you?
I used to love them, but I haven't really listened to anything from them.
They need to put that song as a jam track in Fortnite. So every time we kill somebody, we just go, "Where are you?" That'd be so good.
I'm so sorry.
Anyways, there we go. That's favorite album of the year. Then we're gonna swing on over to favorite show of 2023, and this is where I'm gonna need your divine input here, Mike. I don't know if I think the initial thing I sent you guys, I had put favorite show / anime, and then on my side I separated them. Do you want to keep them together, Mike, or you want
to? It doesn't matter. When you sent it to us, it was separated. So I have
okay. Then I did separate. Oh yeah, perfect. I thought I had sent it initially when they were just like a hyphen. Or slash rather. So perfect. Yes. Let's keep them separated. Gotta keep them separated. Anyways, so favorite show, Mike, kick us off.
So let's see here. I put in a couple shows because honestly, I was using Letterboxd and the Atom app to figure out what movies I watched, and then once you hit me with shows, I was like, oh shit, what did I watch this year? So there were a few shows that I watched that I enjoyed. Twisted Metal was actually kind of fun. No one else watched it, I don't think. There's that new Superman animated show that's on Adult Swim that was, a charming little thing. I've been watching Monarch Legacy of Monsters on Apple TV. That's a good show too. This was, however, the year of the One Piece live action show that was popping off. It put One Piece on the map for a bunch of people. That being said, I think I'm going to give it to, and I hope to God that it actually came out this year. Otherwise, I'll have to switch to something else. The fourth season of Party Down, or the most recent season of Party Down.
That was this year. I still haven't watched it.
Okay. I like that Mike has these buildups. He's like, here's all my fucking things, but you know what? Fuck it. Party Down. What about you, Todd? Best show of the year.
Easy peasy. The Bear, season 2. Fucking probably 2 of the best episodes of television I've ever watched. With Fishes and the episode with fucking Cousin after that. Cousin's probably my personal favorite just because of how good that episode is, but Fishes is probably the king of that season. But that whole season's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's not a bad episode. It's one of the best shows I've ever watched.
Have you? Easily. I don't know if Mike would like it. Have you watched it yet, Dom? You need to watch The Bear. It might be.
It is so good. It doesn't matter if you've been in the restaurant industry. It's fucking just so good.
It might just be the best show on TV currently. To be honest, Dom, what about you?
I'm not going to do a big build-up. I think You Should Leave season 3 came out this year. It's going to that.
There you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
What's your favorite sketch? Is it Crooner or is it something else?
I would take me more thinking about season 3.
That's fair. Crooner definitely, I think, is probably the mainstream pick from the thing. It's the banana of this season.
The Bachelor sketch
or the hot dog, rather.
The Bachelor sketch was so good.
With the zip line?
I honestly think you're just here for the zip line.
It is pretty good.
I can't go home. There's something really bad waiting for me at home. What is it? I just can't go home.
I'd have to look. I'd have to like look at what sketches were specifically from this season to like think about it more. But it was good. It went by too quick. I feel like I put it on and it was already over. I was like, fuck, I need to rewatch this. This is a tough one for me because there were a lot of shows that I watched this year that I really enjoyed. I think it's episode 3, the Bill and Frank episode of The Last of Us is probably one of the best TV episodes I've ever seen. But I don't think the rest of the show was that amazing. Like, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to season 2. It's great that like a game series that I really like, The Last of Us, Jen can enjoy it with me now because it's a show, because otherwise she would not be able to experience that story with me. And she likes it. So like, I like it for that reason. I just don't think it's really that great of a show overall. It's fine. It's not like anything amazing. But that episode with Bill and Frank was incredible. Poker Face was something that I wasn't like super, like there was no build up. I wasn't like, oh, can't wait to watch this show. But it came out shortly after Glass Onion, and it's a Rain Johnson thing. And I fucking suffered through dealing with Peacock just to watch it. It's fucking really good. I forget her name. What's the comedian lead actress's name? She's like has a very distinct voice. Sounds like I've smoked a lot of cigarettes in my day. Like she is like the Gap commercial lady right now, or Old Navy or something.
Yeah,
I can't remember her name. What is her name?
I definitely know.
From American Pie, right?
Uh-huh.
Natasha Lyonne.
Yes, Natasha Lyonne. Fantastic show. This season of Only Murders in the Building was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. None of you watched that show either, right?
No, but that's on my to-do list. That's just a show that I've been meaning to watch. I just never got around to it.
I'm like Mr. Television now.
It's actually been on my to-do list since before it came out.
It is
Steve Martin and
Martin
Short together is always good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoy it a lot. Like it's not like the best thing I'm watching, but it's just really enjoyable, good TV. It's not like gonna fucking knock your socks off with its like writing or twists, but it's just, it's a good ensemble cast. Like the 3 of them together are really good, and then like usually all of the other ancillary characters are really good. And then there's cameo characters like Paul Rudd this season and other stuff that like it's a good cast. And
you know what other show Paul Rudd was on this year?
I don't know. I think you should leave. Oh, no, Mike's pick. Oh, Party Down.
Party Down, yeah.
The other one, I don't know where this falls, so I need Mike's official justification or a ranking here, our classification. Is Scott Pilgrim Takes Off an anime, Mike, or is that not an anime?
It's funny you mentioned that because I did, in my little rambling, like I put in a bunch of things, I did throw it in under favorite anime. It is a contentious subject, I will say.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna throw it into that bucket, then I'll just
No, you can use it. It's I put it there just because like I listed a bunch of things there. Don't worry about it. It's not my number one. I just want to mention it because it was good, and also like it's a whole thing. There's like a site that called My Anime List that people use to like, track the anime that they watch, and they specifically were like, no, it's not an anime, and they won't allow you to like add it to your list, even though by many metrics it should be considered one.
Yeah. Okay, but that makes it better for my classification because I had a clear winner here.
Okay.
And that now lets me put Scott Pilgrim in the anime bucket. I'm very surprised though, to be honest, because my pick is also The Bear, which is going to lock that in as the passing floor pick. But I'm not only surprised that Todd picked the Bear, but I'm surprised that Todd didn't even mention the final season of Barry.
Oh, completely forgot. It was this year. Yeah, that's another one.
Like,
Jesus. Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous season of television. Amazing show.
I thought it was 2022.
I'm still giving it to the Bear, but like,
Yeah.
Barry is right there. It's very close. Another show that, if you have not watched, I think the two of you should. I think, Dom, you started watching it or no?
Did I watch all of season 1? I can't remember. I did start it.
It's pretty good. So that was a good thing. All right. So favorite anime, I'll just, no surprise, it's Scott Pilgrim Takes Off for me. It was very enjoyable. I like didn't pay too much attention in the lead up to that because I was just like, oh, I like Scott Pilgrim. I've read the comics. I watched the movie and enjoy it. I've played the game. I like this thing. I'm going to watch this show when it comes out. And I had just assumed that it was a retelling, or just like assumed that it was like going to just be the same thing again. And I was very happy when it was not that. It was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. Mike, what about you?
Yeah, that was a surprise, right? That it wasn't.
I think they did talk about the fact that it was not going to be because that was kind of the conversation when it came out. People were mad that it wasn't a retelling and said that like it was a bait and switch. But I don't actually think the show was marketed any other way. I think it was marketed as like a different thing. But I'm assuming a lot of people like me just was like, oh, Scott Pilgrim animated, cool. They got the original cast back, cool. But I'm happy that it was something different.
Yeah. My answer is obvious. So I'm going to just start listing out a bunch of other things that I watched. Gundam The Witch from Mercury, which didn't actually start this year. It started last year, but it finished this year.
Mm-hmm.
That was, a cool addition to the Gundam franchise. I have not finished Zom 100. I'm still watching it. Matter of fact, the last couple episodes I think came out on Christmas Day, or it came back. It went on hiatus or something. That's a fun show about doing the things you want to do that you didn't get the chance to before because the zombie apocalypse. So like you don't have to work anymore. So it's like, oh, let me do these things I've always wanted to do because my job was in the way before. Spy Family season 2's out or just finished. Todd, you'd love it. It's Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I feel like I've seen something on that.
Yeah, it's really more of a comedy than anything else. We just talked about Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. I completely spaced, or at least let me double check before I say this. I just want to. Oops, that's not how I do things. That's not how I search things. This is not going to give me a straight answer. Well, I'm pretty sure we were watching, or at least I was watching Oshinoko this year, right? That was this year.
Oh, that came out this year?
I can't remember anymore.
Ooh. No, you might be right. If that came out this year, then I think it might edge Scott Pilgrim off, even though I love Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
Yeah, I think it was this year. Yeah, first episode was April. But I did completely forget. But yes, that was a great first season that made me start reading the manga, and then I completely forgot to keep up with the manga, so I have to go back to that. Also really good was Pluto, which is on Netflix.
Pluto Nash?
Not Pluto Nash, although Pluto Nash might also be on Netflix. Someone needs to fact check that for me. Pluto, which is basically a reimagining of an arc in the Astro Boy series. They just kind of redo it, and it's like an alternate future, and it's kind of a take on the Iraq War, where we invade the country of Persia because they presumably have like these not WMDs, but basically like super powerful robots. We invade them under that pretense, and the story takes place as in like the fall of that invasion, etc., etc. It's only like 8 episodes. Each episode's about an hour long. So
It's on
if you
Netflix, right?
felt like one, yes,
Yeah, it's come up for me as like a recommended thing.
yeah, it was really good. But my favorite was just Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. So there's that.
Okay. Do either of you have anything for this category?
I've only watched the first season of, I mean, not the whole first season of Jujutsu, so like I know that I'd probably go Jujutsu, but I'm gonna go with Blue-Eyed Samurai, which I highly recommend. It's on Netflix. It's only 8 episodes too. It's super quick.
Edge Runners wasn't this year, right? I watched that.
Which one?
Edge Runners was not this year, right?
No, that was last year.
Okay, I watched that.
If it was this year, I'd have a fucking serious breakdown right now.
Yeah. Dom, you have anything for this or pass?
Does Bluey count as anime?
I'll allow it.
I would say so.
It's American anime. Oh, I meant to mention too.
It's not American.
Oh, what is it? Canadian?
It's
Australian.
Australian.
Let's
Oh,
put another
blimey.
shrimp on the barbie.
We're on the right side of the world, at least.
Yeah. I forgot.
It's
I
anime, Mike.
It's on. I want to briefly just mention Suzume, not because it was my favorite, but I meant to just throw it in somewhere since I forgot about it as a movie.
I'm still mad that I can't watch it yet. I'm aggravated. Like to the point where I'm debating buying a fucking Blu-ray.
It's not that you can't watch; it's that it's like not convenient for you to watch. It's not convenient,
yeah, which is aggravating.
Not to go off topic, but I'm very confused about that fucking Rick and Morty anime. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Like, is that fake or is it real? I'm just
it's
very
real.
confused by it.
It's real. They're making that series, or
it's very strange.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't watched The Boy and the Heron, so I can't talk about that either. But that was on my list of anime to watch this year, and I did not. So I guess we're just at a standstill. There's no clear answer here. I'll give it to Mike because Mike's the anime senpai. So the PTC pick for the year is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. That brings us to favorite game that did not come out this year.
All right.
You want me to go?
Sure.
Cyberpunk. All day, every day. Even though Phantom Liberty came out this year.
Yeah, that's kind of a cheat. Not gonna lie. It's kind of a cheat.
It's best ongoing game. It's best ongoing.
He played hundreds of hours before Phantom Liberty came out.
I definitely did, and I put like another 60 into Phantom Liberty,
Yeah,
and then went back to
I guess
the
that's
other
true.
one.
He was playing a lot this year. What about you, Dom?
I don't know. I feel like it's not fair. Yeah, I feel like it's not fair to not say Fortnite.
100%.
Yeah.
But I'm going to not say Fortnite. I had a chance this year. I had a chance this year to play like a lot of games that were on a backlog, especially since I just got a PS5 at the end of last year. I think I didn't play Spider-Man this year. I think I beat that last year. Let me just look through my notes here. So I would give this to either Alan Wake or Breath of the Wild.
Alan Wake.
Okay.
And I feel like me wanting to give it to Alan Wake might just be because having just gone through Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'll give it to Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
I mean, was this for ongoing game?
This is just for your favorite game that didn't come out this year.
Oh, okay.
What about you, Mike? Is it going to the GOAT Fortnite?
The GOAT Fortnite? No, it's not going to that. Because I keep forgetting that I played Danganronpa at the beginning of this year, so I have to give it to that.
Shit, hell yeah. It's funny that you say that, Mike. It's funny that you say that because I have a lot of games that are in contention of this. So games that I played and finished this year that did not come out this year. Pentiment, but I will not give it to that because I was basically already at the end of that game. It came out late last year, and I was just wrapping it up. Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, very good game. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, I also will remove that because that was just me finishing the game that came out the year prior. Full Throttle Remastered, not in contention. Sorry. Coffee Talk, good game, not in contention. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, not in contention for me. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, real fucking good game, and I played that for realsies this year. Broken Age was okay, but not in contention. Sonic Generations, hard pass.
Damn.
And then what will bring us to? I mean, I did replay Florence again this year, but I will not give it to that, even though I fucking love that game. I'm gonna give it to to echo Dom. We should all be giving it to Fortnite because there is nothing else that we play as much as Fortnite. But I am gonna also choose to give it to a game called The Case of the Golden Idol, which came out I think last year or 2 years ago, but got ported to Switch this year, and I got sent a code for that and played that a lot. And the way I played that was mostly I played it cooperatively with Jen. So it's like, if you don't know what Case of the Golden Idol is, it's basically like you are trying to figure out who got murdered or or multiple people that got murdered in these like static scenes that you're like pointing and clicking, trying to like figure out with all the information that are in these scenes who is who killed who, how they killed them, and then other types of things that they need you to figure out in these scenes, because there's like these snapshots of things happening that you're trying to figure out, and then when you get towards the end of the game you realize that a lot of these events are connected, so you're kind of trying to figure out like a grander thing towards the end. Fantastic game, a very sneaky good co-op game if you want to play it with someone and just like try to solve the mysteries together, but really really fucking good game. Like highly recommend. If it was something that I wanted to put on like my favorite games of the year because it technically got ported this year, like it's a fantastic game. I highly recommend it. So I'm gonna put Case of the Golden Idol, but realistically for Pass the Controller I'm gonna put parentheses Fortnite because come on.
Come on.
That will bring us to favorite moment in a game this year. So I don't know if there's
tough. This one's very, very tough.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that stand out for me, and obviously if it's like a story spoiler related thing, try to keep it like spoiler free as much as you can. Anyone want to take this one off the bat?
Someone start for me because I didn't really understand.
I just think that we're all gonna kind of agree with this one, but I'm not picking this one. But I think this one is like a clear front runner. Is the Alan Wake We Sing?
That's not what I was gonna pick, but yeah, I mean, I
no, it's not mine either.
Yeah, I mean, there are honestly probably a lot of things from Alan Wake 2 that would make a list of this from me, but it's not what actually is my favorite moment for me.
I know what your favorite moment is, but I'll wait for you to say it. But I already know what it is. Dom, how far are you in Final Fantasy 16? Because my favorite moment comes from Final Fantasy 16, surprisingly.
My PlayStation says I am 75% of the way.
Okay.
There.
So what boss are you around? Or
I have to imagine that the next boss I have to fight is Odin.
Okay. So you
where I'm at in the story.
Okay. So, because like without going into too deep of spoilers, my favorite part was a fight between Clive and Hugo, which I don't know if have you gotten to that point yet? Mm-hmm. Can I say it, Brenden? Or because I feel like we've all played it, and like if anyone's listening, tune out right now.
Yeah, if we're talking about 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't want a portion of 16 spoiled before you skip ahead, like a minute.
I feel like this whole section is going to be all spoilers from games this year. So
keep that in mind with this specific thing. We're gonna talk a little bit about specific story beats. We'll still be a little free where we can be free, but if you just want to save yourself the potential of something getting spoiled from a game this year, maybe just skip ahead a couple of minutes.
Like there was some crazy stuff from me from Breath of the Wild that's
Tears
like up there, but sorry. But in Final Fantasy 16, when Clive cuts off Hugo's hands, my jaw fucking hit the floor at that part. I was just like, and like I haven't reacted to many things like that this year, like, and it's nothing like crazy, but I was not expecting that, and I was just like,
that was
oh my god,
that was
and
unexpected,
Liam was like, what? I'm like, nothing, but I was like, oh my god, so that scene definitely stood out for me.
Accept the truth.
Yeah, right. It's so good.
That is a good scene. Joshua, Dom, you have one?
Yeah, I'm looking through the games that I beat this year. And yeah, there's a bunch of stuff from Alan Wake 2. There were some good moments in Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like Mario Wonder didn't have any like standout moments. I mean, it was just like an overall fun game. Like I don't remember like any standout like moments. Spider-Man 2 had some like fun stuff, but like I don't know. I think my moment of the year is going to be the post-credit scene of Sea of Stars, and I am going to leave it at that.
Yes. This one is tough for me because there are a lot of really good. Were there not a lot of good scenes in Star Wars though? Survivor.
There's like one memorable scene for me in that. Like
there were. I just like. I saw a lot of it coming, so
yeah.
I thought like if I was gonna pick anything from Jedi, it would be when the girl helps him fly throughout like that.
Oh yeah, that was a good. I mean, it wasn't
a good scene.
It wasn't really a scene. It was like a
like a playable kind of
thing. Yeah, it was a quick time event.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, it can be that. Like it doesn't have to just necessarily be a cutscene. It can be whatever. Like just a moment from a game.
Yeah.
This one it was tough for me because there are a lot of moments from Sea of Stars that like really fucking like I don't want to spoil anything for Sea of Stars, so I'll just say like there's a point in the middle of the game that has like some interesting reveals and things that caught me off guard. I'll say I'll try to dial it in a little bit more. I'll just say the knock on the door. That scene is really good. The stuff that Dom's saying is also really good. A lot of the stuff with what Dom's referring to, there are a lot of like pivotal moments with characters that really stand out to me and resonate with me. I love that game, but it might get, for favorite moment, it might get edged out a little bit by some stuff from Tears of the Kingdom. Like there are a lot of good beats in that game. There are a lot of good stuff with the tears specifically that are really good, but the end sequence of that game was really good. Like I really enjoy. I'm trying to speak as vague as possible, or I guess with Zelda specifically. Oh, Todd doesn't fucking finish Zelda yet. God damn it!
I know. I looked up the ending the other day because I was like, I'm never going to get to this. So
did you really?
No. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're a clown. You got to play it for yourself. Don't do.
I mean, I saw like all the other beats. I just didn't see the exact ending of the game, like after Ganon stuff. I knew everything else though.
But you
going into that.
Oh, there's just. Mike, do you care if I spoil Zelda ending?
Oh, God forbid! I'm going to play those two games in quick succession in the next.
Can I say one thing before you spoil it?
Well, let me just quickly say, if you're still listening and you don't want things from end of Tears of the Kingdom spoiled, please skip ahead. Go ahead, Todd.
I was just gonna say it kind of made me happy because I wasn't. I assumed like everyone. Well, yeah, I can say everyone assumed. I just assumed that she was dragon forever, and I didn't know that they were able to bring her back and everything. But it's just wild that like she was a fucking dragon for like however many years.
Yeah, and she was a fucking dragon in Tears in Breath of the Wild.
That's what I'm saying. Like yeah,
she
like,
was there.
Yeah, when I read that, right?
Which is fucking crazy. But like that whole end sequence is great. But when you like the final fight, well, the whole initiating the fight with Ganon in the depths is so fucking good. And when he's just like coming like towards you with that like sword and like you got to fight so many versions of him, and then all that happens, and then you end up in the fucking sky, like fighting him as a dragon and like jumping onto Zelda Dragon's back, like all this stuff. Great. when you defeat Ganon there, and it's like huge explosion in the distance, and then it's just like you riding fucking Dragon Zelda, and it just like pops up like defeat Ganon, and then it just like says complete. I don't know why that just like, it's so stupid, but that like moment really was impactful. And then when the stuff happens and Zelda turns back into herself and you guys are falling through the sky and you have to like reach forward to grab her, that whole scene, like I will watch that scene on YouTube like every week because it's just so fucking good. There's just so much about that. You land in the same fucking water where you jumped off in the beginning of the game, like and it's the same thing. They do the back to back. It's like whatever the quest line is called. Is it called Find Zelda or what? It's called Find Zelda, right? Whatever the main quest of the game is, I think it's called Find Zelda. And then that pops up and it's like complete. And it's just like stupid shit, but it's so fucking good.
Zelda turning into the dragon, that was a pretty fucking crazy scene too. Like when I knew it was coming, but
a lot of the tier stuff, like the tier stuff is like you can beat that game without doing that stuff. Highly recommend not doing that.
See, that like actually made me enjoy this game so much better than Breath of the Wild. And now, like looking back, I'm like, fuck, I should have done that stuff. And was it as accessible in Breath of the Wild though? Like did it explain where you needed to go? Like
you were looking for the memories. You're looking for the memories.
Okay.
They weren't tiers in that game, but they were like memories. But getting the Master Sword in this game, also a fucking great scene. Like, so like pulling the sword out of the dragon's head, like it's so fucking good. Fantastic game. So for me, I'm just gonna write Zelda. Dawn, Sea of Stars. Todd, what did you say? You said Final Fantasy 16. Mike.
Let's see. So now that I get a better understanding of what we're looking for in this, on the one hand, sure, the Alan Wake, I forget what the song was called. When that happens, that was pretty cool. Yeah, We Sing.
Or the chapter's called We Sing, at least.
Yeah. On the other hand, the Hugo boss fight was really cool, and also the Bahamut fight. The Bahamut boss fight was pretty cool.
Did you finish it, Dom, or no?
Every boss was like really cool.
Huh?
Did you beat 16 yet?
No, he just said that he's about to fight Owen.
Does anyone want to take a guess at to how far into the game I am? 75% is what.
Okay, gotcha. Yes. Yeah, a lot of the boss fights in 16 are like very, very
top tier.
Very cinematic, very good. So you're going with 16, Mike?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Hugo fight just because it was out of control, and I did like the music.
Into a fucking mountain.
Yeah,
no, it's insane. That whole fight is insane. And
he turns into a mountain,
and there's like then you beat him
music. It's like music. It was straight up the music that they play in Blade when he shows up to the rave, and then I'm like, all right, it's done, and then the music picks back up again. I'm like, we're doing this still?
Yeah,
it's like 20-minute fights, like gotta love it.
The Bahamut fight felt like it never fucking stopped.
Right.
I was like, oh cool, I beat Bahamut, and then he like turns into a fucking giant dragon, and you like combine, and I was like, what is happening now?
Oh, get there's a lot more of that.
Yeah, so Dom, I basically stopped playing after the boss that you're going to fight.
Okay.
I will say that because I didn't say it at all. Alan Wake 2 has a lot of really good moments. I also really, really enjoyed the final end of the game was really good. Again, spoilers, skip ahead 15 seconds, but like it's not a loop, it's a spiral, is like that line is gonna stay in my brain forever. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Really, really, really fucking good game.
It was good.
Him watching his wife jump into the fucking lake. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I did start the final draft. I should probably go back to that at some point.
It's real good. There's another audible here. That'll be a quick one. And it was spawned because of Mike's shirt. Mike, Best Splatfest of 2023. I'm assuming no one else has an input here, so I'm just going to ask Mike to give the PTC pick.
I mean, great audible. I don't remember what the Splatfest were this year. So let's go with what is one that I can actually think of off the top of my head? There's one where
I have them all up in front of me if you want me to read them.
Yeah, read them because I'm not gonna know them.
So January was spicy, sweet, sour. February was dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate. Mm-hmm. March was Nessie, Aliens, Bigfoot. May was Zelda. It was Power, Wisdom, Courage.
What is this category? I missed what you said.
Best Splatfest of the year. June, or sorry, July.
I put Splatoon in my fucking Switch the other day to play it.
I'll play. July was vanilla ice cream, strawberry ice cream, mint chocolate chip ice cream. I feel like that one probably had the most like internet. Well, actually, no, I lied. It did not. It was definitely
people had. No, I was gonna say like that one had a lot of traction just because of like, all right, we're doing strawberry, vanilla, and like if we do chocolate, then we're just gonna have jizz and shit and fucking nonsense. No, we're doing mint chocolate.
What's most important in life? Money, fame, love. This one probably was like the biggest. It was probably the Zelda one, the ice cream one, and then this next one. Who would be the best leader? Shiver, Fry, or Big Man? I feel like people went a little nutty for that one. Best Fiend, Zombie, Skeleton, Ghost, and Go-To Greeting, Handshake, Fist Bump, Hug. So Mike, best Splatfest.
What interesting.
Did you play any of these?
I definitely played like 2 or 3 of them. I remember playing the ice cream one because it was easy for me to go. Like I do like vanilla more than I like strawberry or mint chocolate. And
what?
I might have done the Fiend one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the ice cream one.
I'm surprised you didn't throw your hat in the ring for Shiver.
I mean, I might have. Again, there are the ones where like I have no preference and I just pick Shiver, and then there's like the perfect ones where Shiver actually just happens to pick the one that I'm behind 100%, which is in this case the ice cream one.
Okay. All right. So best Splatfest goes to ice cream. All right. Best game music. I think I already know Todd's answer.
That wasn't on my thing.
Easy.
Todd added it at the beginning of the show.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume Todd's is Octopath Traveler 2.
Yep, okay. Yeah, you got it. Final Fantasy 16 in a close second.
Anyone else want to jump in?
I'll have to go with FF16 too.
Okay. Dom?
Sea of Stars.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with Dom on this one. Sea of Stars soundtrack is really good. It's tough because, like,
no, it's good.
Tears of the Kingdom soundtrack is, like, obviously incredible. The 16 is real good. Like, real good. I haven't played enough of Octopath 2 to give a full take. The music is great from what I've played, but Sea of Stars for sure takes that for me as well. This next one, whoa. I don't know what I just did. Oh, I thought I just deleted everything. Whew. This next one is best skin added to Fortnite this year. Mikey?
Don't start with me.
Anyone have an answer to this or no?
I honestly can't even remember what was added this year minus the Ninja Turtles.
I mean,
the correct answer is Jack Skellington, of course.
No,
that is a top pick. That is a top pick. That's a ridiculous.
I'm gonna go with what's his name? Michael Myers.
So I was going to bring up Michael Myers just because of all like everything that they brought with him. Like,
yeah, I mean that emote was top tier. The emote is top tier. I actually just wrote down Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen.
I was gonna say I'm surprised.
I wanted to hear, but that was because it was the first thing that came to mind. I wanted to hear what everyone else said to see if there was anything I forgot.
Dom said Jack Skellington. Was My Hero this year or end of last year?
I think they might have added more characters this year, so it wasn't the first batch.
Year,
okay. You got the Invincible pack. You got Miles and Spider-Man 2099.
I think the Ninja Turtle ones are pretty good though, even though they're recent.
Ninja Turtle ones are really good. They're really good versions of those characters. You got, I don't think the original Dragon Ball pack, but you obviously have Frieza and Cell, but the second pack is this year? Or no?
I don't think so. Goku Black might have been this year.
Yes, Goku Black was this year. Darth Maul was this year, as well as different clone troopers.
Darth Maul was really good.
I have a list up. It's like kind of weird. I'm like scrolling through it. The Futurama 3-pack was this year.
It was fine.
There was that weird Nike skin, and that other like gooey skin. I think it was also Nike. Terminator was new.
No way. Was it?
I don't think so.
It's listed here.
Oh, you know what? Schwarzenegger one was. I think the old ones weren't though. It was like the Sarah Connor and like the T.
Yeah, so Terminator the character was this one. You got the Jujutsu Kaisen ones. Yeah, you got Todoroki, Mina, Shido, and Kirishima. Alan Wake.
Kind of pissed me to buy it after playing the game because I didn't play the game until and I was like, I'm not buying that. It looks like fucking every other skin. And whenever I see someone with that skin, I'm like, God damn it, I should have bought it. One day I'll get Kratos.
There's probably a Fortnite original that I like a lot this year, and I can't think of them for some reason.
I mean, Optimus Prime was there, right?
Yeah, you got the Transformer
and
pack.
Optimus Primal.
And Optimus Primal. And that Battle Bus one.
Yep. Battle Bus one was pretty cool.
The Battle Bus was a good one.
I think I might have to, just for sheer ridiculousness, I might piggyback off Dom and say Skellington, just because I feel like that character shouldn't
even doesn't make any sense.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. The more we talk about, the more I'm like, why? Who signed off on this?
You saying TMNT, Todd? Is that what you're saying?
No, I said Michael Myers.
Okay. Well, regardless, it's still going to Skellington for the weighted vote. Best game you played this year but haven't finished yet. So something that you are liking a lot, but maybe you wouldn't want to put it on your best games of the year because you haven't finished it. Because I definitely have a few. I'll just say it's a toss-up for me between currently, like I'm so early in Baldur's Gate that I'm just not even going to say that game. It's a toss-up, but that would also be on this list for me. But it's either going to be Star Wars Jedi Survivor or Octopath Traveler 2, games that I really enjoyed what I've put into them, and I just didn't get to finish them yet, but we'll plan on finishing them early next year. So I'll do Octopath 2. Anyone else?
I would say Octopath 2, but I'm probably going to have that on my top 10 just because what about
if you put enough into it to feel that way, then yeah.
Yeah, and so mine pick would be Asgard's Wrath too, because the more I play that game, every fucking time I play it, I'm like, holy shit, not expecting it to it's just wowing me, and I figured it would just be like, I'd be like, oh, this is really cool at the beginning, but some of the stuff I'm at now, I'm like, holy shit, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Every time I'm like, this is really cool.
I forgot about Asgard's Wrath. I should add that, even though I have not touched it since that last time we talked about it.
Honestly, jump back into it because they just updated the graphics pack for Oculus 3, and it's no joke. It's like jumping into a new game. It's such a different change. It looks so much better. I can't believe that they even released it the way they did. It's wild.
Yeah, that game just, even though it is basically an RPG, and I feel like, even though, I do like RPGs, I feel like they're typically not my jam. I think it's just ambitious enough that it should get more recognition. Mm-hmm. That's my thought process. So Asgard's Wrath 3 is go ahead.
I was just gonna say, this is if you were ever questioning getting an Oculus or getting into VR, this is like the Half-Life Alyx to get you into it. Basically,
this is it. Yeah,
this is it. Yeah, 100%.
Which is cool because I think it should.
We're finally getting there. I think we're finally getting there because I think a ton of people, from what I saw, bought Oculus Quest 2 for Christmas, which is fine. I don't care. Like, but the more popular it gets, the better, because we'll see more games like Asgard's Wrath 2.
Why is Asgard Wrath 2 a Meta Quest 3 exclusive?
No, it's on both, I believe. I could be wrong.
I'm very curious how it runs on the 2. I should download it on my 2 and see how it runs.
Oh, yeah. I bet you it's not that great.
Are you logging in Asgard Wrath 2 for you, Mike?
Oh, no, I just wanted to mention it. And then I also have started Slay the Princess, which I'm liking. It did that thing that games sometimes do, where like I was clicking through, I was going through the prompts, and the game closed out on me, and I thought the game had just crashed because like a couple other things were acting up on my computer. And then when I launched the game back up again, it basically addressed what had just occurred. So like the game had definitely closed on purpose based off of a decision I had made.
Oh.
And it came back and was like, "Oh, I see you're back now." It's like, "Oh, that's what happened." Okay, pretty clever. All right, fucking slay the princess. Obviously, Final Fantasy 16 is there because clearly have not beaten the game yet. I don't think I've turned on my PlayStation in a while. But it's on my to-do list. I'm pretty sure I just have that last thing to do, and I'll be done with the game. But I'm actually going to give this to Pizza Tower because I still have to go back to finish Pizza Tower.
Did that come out this year?
I think so.
We did a bunch of friends of the show. We did a Steam Secret Santa, and I got gifted Pizza Tower. So I need to boot that up soon.
Boot that up, hook up a controller, and just go to town.
I actually got gifted that and Slay the Princess because I still haven't played. We played it at PAX and we gave it one of our best in show, but I haven't played it at home. Dom, what about you?
There is only one game that I haven't beat this year, so
Final Fantasy.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Is there something else that you bought this year that you haven't, that came out this year that you haven't played yet, or no?
Let's see.
Oh, Dom, you have to break it out.
What are you breaking out?
What, Lasagna Party?
No.
Wait.
No, not Lasagna Party.
What?
I'm pretty sure you bought it, right? Because you sent it to me and I didn't buy it. But I bought
All-Star Brawl 2.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, there's other games that I wanted to play that came out this year, but I want to finish Final Fantasy 16. So.
Okay, that's fair. We'll throw it on the list then.
Todd, yes, I am enjoying it. I have a major problem with it, but we can talk about it later.
You don't have to go into it, but what is it? Just the pacing?
It's just that, You watch.
I think it could have been.
You watch 20 minutes of cutscenes, which like all the cutscenes are really well done. So like I can't complain about that. But then you play like some crazy boss fight, and then it's like, all right, run errands for this character, and it's like 20 minutes of a movie. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right. Yeah. No, I think this game could have been like in the high tier of Game of the Year category if they just fucking figured out a way for it to not be what you're saying. Because I agree with
I get
and
it.
It like addresses it at multiple points in the story. It's like, it's like, Clive, what are you doing running this errand for me?
Yeah, I get it. It's a video game, so they're having you do things. But I am so pissed off that I am the leader of this little rebellion thing, and I show up and it's like, "Oi, can you go get me some?" I was like, "We're trying to go to your father's grave. Why am I doing errands for you? All right, I'm gonna go get the fucking Tears of the Flower Moon or whatever." And I show up and she's like, "She's gone, man. She's gone, mate."
Yeah,
like,
right.
Why am I doing this? I can't stress enough. I do not like Mid as a character. I don't like Mid. Carry on.
Damn.
There were a couple of side quests that made me like laugh too, because I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing to add in this game. Oh, your blacksmith's feeling really sad. He just looks sad. Go talk to him.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like there was a story going on. By the time I started doing the blacksmith's side quests, I was not paying attention to dialogue. Like I was just fast forwarding things. So, and it was towards the end of the game. I was basically where I am now, where between doing like the last boss. So I went there, and every single time I finished doing a mission for him, they'd be like, "Hey, he's still sad. Go talk to him again."
Yeah. No, he's sad. He's sad again. That's what
he's sad again. Yeah. I'm like, what is going on here? But by the end of it, then I was able to like craft whatever like the best sword was or whatever. So there was a point to it, but it was just funny seeing it happen
like all at once
in like the sequence I did it in.
All right, best quest. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't be able to pull
best side quest. Yeah, best side quest.
That will bring us to the next category, though, which I think I already know Mike's answer. Favorite character.
Wait, best side quest. Do you want to do that?
I mean,
because I have an answer. It's not from Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, mine would be from Sea of Stars.
Mine's from Cyberpunk.
Mine's from Spider-Man 2.
All right, yeah, let's add it in. Best side quests. What do we got?
Todd?
You guys haven't played it, so I don't really want to say. It just has to do with the DLC, and it's kind of like a. I don't really want to get into it.
Yeah, I do want to attempt to play Cyberpunk at some point.
Yeah,
so.
and it's not something I want. It's the Phantom Liberty DLC stuff, so it's not like from the base game. But still, I don't want to fucking ruin anything.
Yeah, and I'm going to leave mine because Brenden, you have not beat Spider-Man 2, right? You haven't played even Spider-Man.
Oh, what is yours?
Mine is The Cult.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. That's good.
That's all I will leave it at. If you played the game, you know what I'm talking about.
It's the only side mission that feels like it's like part of the regular campaign too.
The rest of them are good too. Like they all have they all like introduce stuff to like the story overall, but like that one like
straight story. Yeah.
Mike, what do you got?
I don't have anything. Mike,
we established that going getting stuff for mid. That's not even a side quest. That's part of the main story.
It's part of the main story. And then I started doing the side quests, but once I started really doing them, I was fast forwarding. Like I didn't even care about the dialogue anymore. So important things were happening. I did a side quest, and then an entire area of the game was just off limits to me after I finished that side. I was like, no. It's covered in ghouls or whatever. I don't remember what the problem was. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I killed the king, so we can't go back here anymore. Excuse me?
I'll just put Final Fantasy 16 for Mike as a blanket.
Although I do feel like did any of us do all of the nursery rhymes?
No.
No.
I think I'm going to go back and do a second playthrough when the new game plus comes out. Though.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get it. Because I didn't even get the bolt action. I need to get that bolt action rifle.
Yeah, now that I'm doing, I think in Final Draft, I think I beat Nightingale already. So like they're saying explore the previously flooded area, so I think I might use that opportunity to like start doing those things.
Yeah. For me, there are a lot of great quests in Tears of the Kingdom, like a lot of really awesome quests. It's kind of tough. I mean, the game will obviously clearly mark certain things as like main quest versus side quests, but Tears of the Kingdom is so open to the point where like sort of everything is a side quest.
All side quests, yeah.
So I won't pick anything from there, but there are a lot of great quests in that game. Like that game is, there are probably so many great quests that I never even found. Like that, there's so much in there. But I'll go with Sea of Stars, which is a lot of main quests kind of going along. But there are some optional things, and there's
the completionist. Is that your side quest that you liked?
No, it's not. The side quest that I liked is, so there are some post game stuff that
was his name, right?
Gerard, the completionist. Yeah. I forget what he's called in the game though. I think he's called something else.
I think he's called the completionist.
Oh, okay.
Regardless, whatever he was called when we played it, he's not called that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they say what they did they change it already?
It's something else that began with a C, I think.
Yeah.
But I'll go with Sea of Stars, and there's a lot of things in there that I really like. But specifically like things that are not necessarily main quests. Like you can beat the game without doing it, though I would recommend doing all of the quests. Wink, wink. There is a quest for a party member who I will not name that is a very late game / post game quest for them that requires you to go to one of the towns and like do like a series of arena fights. And it's just like, it's a cool little, like, it has some interesting fights. What it means for that party member is very cool. And if you, I can't say anymore, but I like that little like quest line for that character. Anyways, Sea of Stars is great. Go play Sea of Stars.
Video game cover band called Garls Barkley.
Sure. So there's those. Now this one, this is just your own personal preference. Best platform of the year. So what was your favorite place to play games this year personally?
Oh, that's what that question was.
What'd you think it meant?
I thought it just meant like best platform. Like, hey, who do you think crushed it this year?
Oh, I thought you meant.
I mean, you can answer it that way. You can answer it that way.
I thought you meant like, I don't know. I like a good wooden pallet.
Also, great answer.
You answer however your heart desires, Mike.
What did I have here? So, obviously, not obviously, you know, the Oculus Quest 3 launched, and it's, as an upgrade from the Oculus Quest 2, it's whatever. If you don't have a VR headset, I think it's a good buy. But if
I didn't own VR, I would say it would be mine. But I owned a VR, so.
But honestly, despite the fact that I don't own one, I feel like it's just been a good year for the Steam Deck.
Okay, all right. Mike's gonna throw Steam Deck, a thing he doesn't own, but okay.
I don't know.
Weird.
Anyone else? Their favorite gaming platform of the year?
So this is like goes against everything I say, but like I can't say Xbox because Hi-Fi Rush. I don't know what else they had besides that. Realistically, and off the top of my head, that like Starfield. I guess. Yeah. PlayStation really had nothing. They had Spider-Man 2. They had Final Fantasy 16. I had to go with fucking. Even though I only played maybe one or two of these games, I got to go with the fucking Switch, just for tears and fucking. You know, like you raved about Pikmin 4. I mean, I put the most out of any game I played this year is Tears of the Kingdom. I put like 130 hours into it, so it's like it was my most played game. But like it seems like they had like the best releases over this year for like console exclusive games.
Yeah.
Compared to anyone else.
I can get on board with that. Sapphire Jade in the chat said best platform is mobile or PC because you can look at naked girls on there. That's also.
That's
that's true.
You can do it on your Switch too, I think.
You could probably find a way to do it and everything. Dom, what about you?
I would probably say that I have played the most. I mean, I probably played the most on Xbox, but that's probably just Fortnite. I probably have played the most like first party, like by myself games on PlayStation this year. So I will give it to the PlayStation.
That's why
I did.
Yeah, okay. Dom's going down with PlayStation, and I'm the deciding vote, which is no surprise. I probably by far put the most time on my Switch. It had some of my best moments on it this year. I think really the only game that isn't on Switch that's one of my like top moments of the year would be Alan Wake 2. So like between Tears, Mario, Pikmin 4. I mean, I played Sea of Stars on Xbox, but it's also available on Switch. So Switch for me, I mean, I put a lot of time in there. And that brings us to the end categories, which are going to be everyone's pick of the year. So what is your top game of the year? Who wants to go first?
Todd, wow us with your.
Todd, what do you got?
It was tough this year. The more we talk about Final Fantasy 16, the more I'm like, I really did like the game, but it's not enough to make me say it's the game of the year.
It's in my top 10, but
Yeah.
it's
Same.
not.
100%.
It's not
Yeah.
near the
It's
top.
probably my top 5 or 6. It's like it's around that area. It's probably 6. But even though I didn't finish it, and you can give me all the shit in the world you want, I still played it the most. Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, like Alan Wake 2 was great too, but I mean that after getting through that tutorial phase of Tears when you dive down for the first time, man, I had like goosebumps. Like literally, like it's so hard to explain this, and you guys might laugh at me. And this happened a lot when I was younger. But do you ever remember going to the movie theater and you see a movie trailer for a movie? This is before the internet, and you get so excited that you almost wanted to cry because that used to happen to me all the time when I went and saw movies. I feel like I'd see a trailer for a movie and I had no idea it was coming out, and I'd be like, God, and I'm like so happy, and but like that basically the Tears of the Kingdom, that drop for like, because like I was like, am I gonna get hooked into this game? And the second I did that, I'm like, oh, I'm back, baby, and fucking. Like I said, I did way more of this story than I did of Breath of the Wild. I was like definitely into the story way more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just fucking had a blast with it. So yeah, I gotta go Tears.
Okay. Dom, what about you?
Alan Wake 2 is close for me, but I think my game of the year is Sea of Stars.
Let's fucking go, baby.
What?
I didn't.
City of Stars.
I think Tears of the Kingdom is overrated.
Whoa!
I think.
Watching Brendan's emotions, that was a roller coaster.
Stars is fucking like overrated. I couldn't get into Sea of Stars for the life of me.
The emotional whiplash I just had.
He's like, yeah, let's go see his stars. Tears of the Kingdom was over.
I felt like the inputs on the Sea of Stars didn't work for me. Like as far as like the deflecting and all that.
It's a skill based game, Todd. That's all right.
Sure, but like I prefer Sea of Stars is more the kind of combat I like, but I just think Octopath is like exactly what I want when it comes to like a standard RPG. I like that fucking basic combat of what that is.
Yeah, it's a skill based thing. I get it. Mike, what do you want to expound on Sea of Stars, or are you just locking it in?
I am locking in Sea of Stars. It was great, man. Knock on the door. RPG. Yeah, the timing system with the boss, where like if you were fighting,
you that boomerang and you gotta keep on hitting it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Great characters, great story, a lot of heart, great music.
Mm-hmm. It's the full package. Before you go, Mike, for your pick of the year,
yep.
Because we added a fucking category, best side quest, I skipped a category, which I'm just now realizing. So we're gonna rewind it a second, and we're going to throw out our favorite character of the year. Now, I think the way we can do this is it's a character that just had to be in the thing that came out this year. If it, whatever, for whatever reason. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be a game. It can be anything. So just your favorite character from a thing this year.
Oh, okay.
Like mine is from a game, but like it doesn't have to be from a game.
All right. So that means I can get rid of all this stuff. This is fucking trash here. I'm curious. Give me that too. Like give me what you just did. Give me the backstory. Because I thought it was just going to be favorite character from a game. So I was like, okay, what did I play? Yeah, sure. Alan Wake. He was a cool dude. He wore a suit and he was like, oh, they're ghosts.
Yeah, what about Saga though? Come on.
Saga. I also wrote down Saga. I'm like, yeah, Saga was there. She was a bit more badass. She was always about trying to save her daughter, and she's like running around with her guns and stuff. And then there was Clive, obviously. Joshua. I had to write down Clive. Clive, he was trying to do things. I watched that boy grow up from like a lad whose mother hated him for some reason to like a grown man with a sword, and
his mother
turned into a monster, and his mother still hated him. And then we've got Sid. Sid was cool. Sid was like smoking cigarettes. He was like, "Whoa, bip, 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 cheerio."
Someone needs to get Sid a fucking lozenge. My guy is struggling to breathe.
Wait,
with all their magic stones, they didn't cure like throat cancer. It's a shame. But I had initially marked down favorite character Peppino Spaghetti from Pizza Tower because I just liked his name and he was a wacky dude.
Just keep it.
Who's better than Peppino, Mike? Come on.
Well, yeah, but that was because I thought we were confined to games.
All right, well,
so he's your favorite game character.
Yeah, well, it's still Peppino Spaghetti.
Oh, by the way, Ralph Ineson, the guy who plays
Sid.
Sid, do you know he's suing Disney because he got severely injured on the set of Willow?
Yeah, I saw that article.
He can't even do anything.
I really thought Todd was going to say that he was the father and the witch.
You wouldn't be wrong.
Do you have another character, Mike, besides Peppino that you want to say here?
Well, now that it's opened up, it's like, all right, who do I pick from JJK season 2?
All right, just skip him. Just skip him.
Yeah, you can skip me. It's fine.
You think about it while we move on to Todd. Todd, best character of 2023.
You know, I mean, I liked Saga a lot. I liked Alan Wake a lot. Trying to think if there's someone I'm forgetting in the mix of things. I liked everyone from from Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm a big Ada guy, even though everyone hated that fucking voice, but I still liked her. But I'm gonna go with Clive because I thought that I just thought he did such a good job with Clive, man. And it's like I think Sid was great too, but like even the way the game ends, like everything about Clive is just that's like a standout character for me this year.
Todd's like, I gotta go with Clive. He fucking hates his mother. I hate my fucking mother. It's great. What about you, Dom?
So
it's the pop part, right?
I mean,
my favorite character from this year is from a game that we've talked about a little bit tonight. Great action adventure game. Characters voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. The character is Rick, the door technician.
Let's go.
Wait, did he voice that character?
Let's go.
That's great.
Okay, all right. Is that who you're locking in?
I am.
Because Brenden hasn't gotten to that point.
Brenden has not gotten to that point yet, so he has no idea what we're talking about.
I don't know what's going on. What game is that?
That is wild.
Survivor.
Oh, what the fuck, Mike?
I didn't know we were hiding that. I said it earlier.
For me,
did you bring up Rick earlier?
No. When you had said, as soon as you said Rick the door technician, I'm like, yes, Jedi Survivor, let's go.
For me, it's I mean, there are a couple of contenders, but there's one very, very clear winner. Of course, Cousin in season 2 of The Bear.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking.
I forgot we could go off of. Yeah, I'm with you on that. 100%.
Is amazing.
Top tier character development. Like it's just fucking that good. By the way, Brenden, you know the scene when he's in the restaurant, like learning everything in The Bear?
Yes.
You know, like when they're asking him questions and he's guessing them and he's getting them right. I don't know if you caught this the first time, but there's one where he goes, "Oh, Ruken!" Like, you gotta rewatch it. Yeah, it's so good.
Pura from Tears of the Kingdom. Everyone loves that character, myself included. But I think I actually really like Zelda in Tears of the Kingdom. She's a good. I like that version of that character. But it's without a doubt, there's a great cast of characters in Sea of Stars. Garl is.
I fucking knew he was gonna say it.
Garl is like probably one of my favorite video game characters of all time. I fucking love Garl, and Garl is the heart of that fucking story. Like Garl is.
How far do I have to play that game to care about the characters?
How far did you play in it?
Probably like 4 hours.
I want to say the game took me about 30 hours before I did like 100% run.
I'm not that far.
Right,
like,
Dom? Like 30-ish, right?
I don't remember. Yeah, 20 and a half somewhere.
Yeah.
Like 25 plus.
I mean, I think the story is interesting from the beginning, and I think the characters are interesting. But there's definitely a moment where things start to like heat up, and then it's like a fucking rush to the end.
I feel like it drags at the beginning. Like I can see like someone saying that it drags at the beginning, like the introductory portion of like this is how the game is constructed. Like
once you get the ship, do you have the ship, Todd, where you can freely go around the world?
No.
Yeah, you need to play more of the game. I think the real turning point of the game is the door. When you get to the door, things change. But yeah, Garl's my guy. I fucking love Garl. Fuck. Garl. A flask of borrowed time.
Garl's just a golden retriever.
That's what he seemed like in the game. Like he's like the guy that right.
Wait, do you not really like Garl though?
No, I do.
Okay.
He's just a golden retriever.
Who doesn't like a golden retriever?
Yeah. He's like the first one to run up to you. He's the first one to talk to you.
He's like in a game that is about like
he's still there after years of training, waiting for you. You know?
Yes, yes. Like
in
a game that is full of like super powered characters, like literal gods, like crazy nonsense. Everyone in your party is some sort of overpowered being. Garl is just a dude who is your ride or die friend and likes to cook. Like that is Garl. And in a game like this that has so many ridiculous elements, it's very easy for a character like that to be like the always comic relief. And granted, I think Garl purposefully brings a lot of levity to the game. I think that's part of his character. But he also is very grounding and doesn't feel out of place in the game's story or that world. Like his role is both narratively justified and him as a character without spoiling stuff. Like he knows that he is not a solstice warrior and he knows that he doesn't have powers and he knows these things, but he knows that he can still help the gang out in meaningful ways. And that's the beauty of Garl. I fucking love Garl. All right. Back to where we ended, which was Mike's pick of the year.
Oh. Let me look at this thing again. Pick of the year. Oh, I left that blank, didn't I? What is this in
like your game of the year?
Game of the year? Oh, because you have game of the year as a separate thing.
The game of the year is a separate thing because if we don't have an aligned pick, we can maybe have a conversation if we want to, but we don't have to.
Okay, so then I will just say Alan Wake 2.
Okay. This is where things get a little funky because I thought that Todd and I had a soft agreement, but it's fine. I'll just do that too.
Mine still stands there.
What, Tears?
Yeah.
Well, I think earlier in the year, you and I had joked about like,
we
were just like, okay, cool. Like, what's game of the year that isn't Tears of the Kingdom? Because like Tears of the Kingdom was very
Tears of garbage.
But with Dom being this hot, I gotta drop Tears in the mix. Tears of the Kingdom is my goatee. So, I mean, it's. Sorry for every other game that I loved this year. It's new Zelda and it's good Zelda, and I really liked it. So
I don't know. There's very few games that can get me to stop playing because you know me, I like to fucking play like 10 games at a time, and there's not many games that are going to stop me. Like it was that and Alan Wake, and I put way more time into Tears and just fucking loved playing it.
Tears is an unstoppable force in my opinion. Like the next game in line for me is Sea of Stars, and that would be my non-Tears of the Kingdom game of the year, but I mean, it's Tears of the Kingdom for me, unfortunately. For everyone else, sorry.
Yeah, mine would be Alan Wake if it wasn't Tears.
So that
Alan Wake would be my second as well.
Okay. Wow, so we almost had a control situation,
right?
Well, no, we wouldn't, because if we were removing Tears of the Kingdom out of the mix, I would be Sea of Stars, and Dom would still be Sea of Stars. So we would.
Mike would be.
Oh, your number 2 is Alan Wake, Todd?
Me, my number 2 is Alan Wake.
Oh, wow, so we would have a stalemate. Interesting. So I don't know how we handle. I guess we just don't have a unified game of the year this year, which is fine. We just have our 4 picks.
And you guys both say tiers?
Unless we want to make it tiers. I mean, we could do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's garbage, but you guys picked it.
So. I forgot to talk about the end of Attack on Titan.
I forgot to tell them about the second
ship. I forgot to tell them about the second ship.
Oh shit! Jade is actually correct in the chat. Goaty is still Fortnite. That is correct. It's parentheses Fortnite. I mean,
every year it's always parentheses.
Wait, was the Wilds this year? Was that
the Wilds?
The Fortnite, like the Wilds, like with Optimus Prime.
Yes.
Yeah, that was this year.
That was like one of the worst seasons I've ever played. So thank God, like OG, and then this season came out because that was hands down like one of the worst seasons I've ever played of Fortnite.
Todd's trying to make a case to take Fortnite out of contention.
No, I
would have to remember everything that like
it just they changed nothing. Like nothing was changed. It just kind of felt like very generic.
This last part we don't have to do on the podcast unless people have their lists. Do you have lists for this top 5/10 or no?
I got one. If you want.
I don't have a list. I could I have some of the stuff I mentioned before just written out, so I could pick them at random. And be like, yeah, these are the things.
So we could do either way. If someone has a list and they want to do it now, cool. Or if not, send me all of your lists when you have finished it today, and I'll put them up on the website or something.
I should probably just send you a list.
Okay. Does anyone want to do their list now? It's fine if not. It doesn't matter.
I can give you. This is like a. I came up with this on the fly, but like it's like.
Then let's not do that. Let's just think about it.
So it was. What's it call it? What's that game where you? No,
either today or tomorrow, all of you send me your top. Let's just call it top 10 of the year. It doesn't have to be all games. It can just be your 10 things that your top 10 things. Or if you want to have separate lists for different mediums, send that too. I'm going to make a graphic and we'll put all of our shit in a thing so that we can see what we all liked. Does that make sense?
I feel like RE4 remake and all these conversations we had tonight got like fucking no love.
I didn't play it.
I didn't talk about how much I love Starfield.
I didn't talk about the second
Starfield is probably like one of the second game I put the most hours into this year, and fucking I don't know. I dug it, but
I mean,
I get why people don't like it.
Is there anything else that we haven't talked about that we want to drop here? Any mentions or love for before we wrap things up?
I mean, we didn't talk about many indie games, but I feel like was this a big indie year? I feel like this wasn't like a huge indie year.
Sea of Stars, Slay the Princess, Jusant.
I did like
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Was that considered indie? Okay. I thought Dredge was
really that was a good game.
I mean, Dredge is in my top 10 of the year. I have that in my...
That's an indie game.
Cocoon
was great.
People really liked Day of the Diver, which is also like not technically an indie.
That's so bad.
Oh, Navi, what are you doing?
Just running around.
Dropping a dookie?
Yes. God damn it.
Fuck that kitty litter.
Jusant came out this year. Did you say that?
Yeah, I said Jusant. There are definitely other notable indies that we're not mentioning right now, but I'll also throw, like, I enjoyed my time with Super Mario RPG Remake. It might be on my top 10 list, but it's like, it is what it is. But we like danced around it a little bit, but we didn't really talk about it because it didn't come up in a category. But Pikmin 4 is definitely on my top 10 list, and it's fucking phenomenal. I really, really like that game.
I asked Amanda to give me that for Christmas. I completely forgot.
And then Dom just mentioned Hi-Fi Rush, which also is probably my top 10 because that is a fantastic game. So if there's anything else anyone wants to mention before we wrap it up here, now is the time.
I can probably do my top 5 right now if you want. It's Fortnite Festival, Rocket Racing.
He's spitting fire.
Well, the last thing that we'll do then before we wrap things up is
my whole feed right now is all Pop-Tart.
That Pop-Tart?
Yeah. Literally all Pop-Tart stuff.
We are not going to play the game on this final episode 400 of the year. because Dom wins.
Yeah, Dom won.
It's a
bullshit.
I mean, we
How many
can
points
we
did
we
you
can
get? Did
do
you get
it.
any points last week?
We can do.
Who got the points last week? Because I wasn't here.
Jesse got most of them actually.
Yeah, Jesse got most of them.
And I'll refuse my points from last week, and it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, Dom has a commanding lead at this point. We can do it for posterity if we want to do it, but we are almost at 2 hours. So that means that Dom is the champion this year with 67 points, plus
back-to-back jacks,
plus 3 parentheses points that he didn't even need to use. Todd is in second with 58 and 1 parenthesis point, which would not do anything. And then Mike has 47 with a parenthesis point also in the mix. I have 4 stumps, but those don't count. Did you just hear Navi meow?
I don't think so, but I also wasn't really paying attention.
She has a new mouse toy, and especially at night for some reason, if she carry it around in her mouth, she likes to meow and run around like, I caught a mouse, come look. And it's like, no, you did not catch a mouse. You play with this same toy during the day, but you don't think it's a mouse during the day. You just think it's a mouse at night. We're going to have to figure out early next year, because there's a tie on the guest leaderboard. Jesse and Cam both have 7 points, so they are in a tie over there. But that'll do it for this this final episode of the year, episode 400. Our group game of the year nets out to Tears of the Kingdom. Dom's giving big thumbs down. And yeah, our best movie is Spider-Verse. Favorite PTC Movie Club pick was fucking Dommy Ducats over here, Blackberry.
2023, you're dumb.
Well, not for Game of the Year though.
Not for Game of the Year.
Fuck.
I played it.
Do I want to make a last minute swap to Sea of Stars and make Sea of Stars our Game of the Year?
No, get out of here. Get out of here. You can't do that. Wait, you're gonna say that over Tears?
No, I can't.
It was a better game.
I can't.
It was a better game. It was. If he's being honest with himself, he'll pick Sea of Stars.
I mean,
if that's the case, and I'm switching mine to Alan Wake 2, so we're split.
Oh, it's a split.
Where we started.
That's fine. That was my second pick of the. That was my number 2.
I can't let that happen. It's Tears of the Kingdom. Well, it will all wash itself out when we all put up our top lists. Then people can see where people stand. But that'll do it for this week's episode, the final episode of the year, episode 400. We'll see you in 2024 with more podcast stuff. Be safe out there, especially this weekend if you're out and about on the new year, and we will see you next time.